Over 50? 4 glute exercises are better than squats. If you're over 50 and you've been told that squats are the best exercise for your lower body, today's video might surprise you. Because while squats are popular, they are not always the safest or most effective choice after 50, especially if you have knee pain, back stiffness, balance issues, or joint wear and tear. In fact, many people over 50 quit exercising altogether because squats hurt. And that's not because they are weak. It's because the exercise doesn't match their body anymore. Today, I'm going to show you 4 glute exercises that are better than squats after 50. These exercises activate your glutes more, protect your knees and lower back, improve balance, and help you walk, climb stairs, and stand up with confidence. And the best part? You don't need a gym. You don't need heavy weights. And you don't need to push through pain. Let's start by understanding why glute strength matters so much after 50. After the age of 50, your body naturally loses muscle mass every single year. This process is called muscle aging, and it affects your glutes more than almost any other muscle group. Why? Because we sit more. We move less. And modern life doesn't challenge the glutes the way it used to. Weak glutes lead to knee pain, lower back pain, poor posture, slower walking speed, and higher risk of falls. In fact, many knee and back problems don't start in the knee or the back, they start in the hips and glutes. Now here's the problem with squats. Squats require good ankle mobility, strong knees, healthy hips, and a stable lower back. If even one of those is compromised, which is very common after 50, the body compensates. That compensation creates pain. So instead of forcing squats, we use smarter glute exercises that isolate the muscles safely and effectively. Let's go straight into the first one. Exercise number 1, glute bridges. This is one of the best glute exercises for anyone over 50. It strengthens your hips, supports your lower back, and puts almost zero stress on the knees. You start by lying on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Your arms are relaxed at your sides. From here, you gently squeeze your glutes and lift your hips toward the ceiling. You don't rush. You don't jerk the movement. At the top, you pause for a second and really feel the glutes working. Then you slowly lower back down. That slow control is the secret. Glute bridges directly activate the muscles that protect your spine and pelvis. They improve posture. They reduce lower back pain. And they train the exact movement you use when standing up from a chair or bed. For most people over 50, this exercise works the glutes better than squats ever could. Start with 10 repetitions. Rest. Then do another set. If you feel it in your lower back, reduce the height of the lift and focus more on squeezing the glutes instead of pushing with the legs. Exercise number 2, sit to stand, chair squat alternative. This is the squat smarter cousin. Instead of squatting down into the air, you use a chair for support and safety. Sit on a sturdy chair with your feet hip-width apart. Your chest is tall. Your core is lightly engaged. From here, lean slightly forward and push through your heels to stand up. Then slowly sit back down under control. This movement is extremely functional. You do it every day, getting up from a chair, toilet, or bed. But here's what makes it better than squats after 50. It limits depth. It protects the knees. And it keeps balance in check. You can adjust difficulty easily. If it feels hard, use your hands lightly on the chair or thighs. If it feels easy, cross your arms over your chest. This exercise trains your glutes to work together with your core and thighs, just like real life. Do 8 to 12 repetitions. Focus on slow, controlled movement. If your knees ever hurt, check your foot position and make sure you're pushing through your heels. Exercise number 3, standing hip extensions. This exercise isolates the glutes without bending the knees much at all. Stand behind a chair and hold the backrest lightly for balance. Your posture is tall. Your core is engaged. From here, Slowly move one leg straight back. You don't swing it. You don't arch your back. You squeeze the glute, pause briefly, and then return the foot to the floor. Then switch legs. This exercise strengthens the glutes in a way that directly improves walking speed and stability. It's excellent for people who struggle with balance or feel unsteady on their feet. Because the movement is small and controlled, it's extremely joint-friendly. Do 10 repetitions per leg. Move slowly and breathe naturally. If you feel this in your lower back, reduce the range and focus on keeping your torso upright. Exercise number 4, side-lying leg raises. This exercise targets the side glutes, which are critical for balance and fall prevention. Lie on your side with your legs straight and stacked. Your head is supported. Your body is in a straight line. From here, lift the top leg slightly upward and slightly back. You don't lift high. You lift with control. Then lower it slowly. This movement strengthens the muscles that keep your pelvis stable when walking, climbing stairs, or standing on one leg. Weak side glutes are a major reason people feel shaky or develop hip pain. Do 10 to 15 repetitions on each side. If lying down is uncomfortable, you can bend the bottom knee slightly for support. Now let's talk about why these 4 exercises are better than squats after 50. First, they isolate the glutes more effectively. Squats often shift work into the knees and lower back, especially when form breaks down. Second, they reduce joint stress. No heavy loading. No deep knee bending. No spinal compression. Third, they improve real-life movement. Standing, walking, balancing, climbing stairs, all depend on strong glutes. Fourth, they build confidence. When exercises feel safe, people stay consistent. And consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need to feel exhausted to make progress. You need to feel in control. How often should you do these exercises? For best results, perform these exercises 3 to 4 times per week. You can do them as a short routine. Glute bridges, 2 sets. Sit to stand, 2 sets. Standing hip extensions, 2 sets per leg. Side-lying leg raises, 2 sets per side. This entire workout can be done in under 20 minutes. If you're just starting, begin with fewer repetitions and build up gradually. Remember, pain is not progress. Common mistakes to avoid. One common mistake is rushing the movements. Speed takes work away from the muscles and puts stress on the joints. Another mistake is holding your breath. Always breathe naturally. And the biggest mistake? Trying to do too much too soon. Your body over 50 responds best to controlled, consistent effort. Now, before we finish, there's something very important I want you to understand. Most people over 50 don't fail at exercise because they are lazy. They fail because they follow advice that was never designed for their body. Squats are a perfect example. If squats were truly the best exercise for everyone over 50, then knee pain, hip pain, and lower back pain wouldn't be so common among active adults. But the reality is very different. The body changes with age. Joints lose cartilage. Muscles lose elasticity. Balance systems slow down. That doesn't mean you stop exercising. It means you exercise smarter. And that's exactly why glute-focused movements work better than squats after 50. Why strong glutes reduce knee pain? Here's something most people don't realize. Your knees don't like to work alone. When your glutes are weak, your knees take extra load during walking, standing, and stair climbing. That overload slowly leads to pain, stiffness, and inflammation. Strong glutes absorb force before it reaches the knees. That's why many people notice something surprising after doing glute bridges, chair sit-to-stands, and hip extensions consistently. Their knee pain starts to reduce, even without directly exercising the knees. That's not magic. That's biomechanics. Why glute strength improves balance after 50. Falls are one of the biggest risks after 50. And most falls don't happen because people trip. They happen because the body can't correct itself fast enough. Your glutes play a major role in balance correction. Every time you take a step, shift weight, or stand on one leg, even for a second, your glutes fire to stabilize the pelvis. Weak glutes mean slower reactions. Slower reactions mean higher fall risk. Exercises like side-lying leg raises and standing hip extensions train these stabilizing muscles directly. This is something squats do not do well, especially if balance is already limited. Why pain is a bad teacher after 50. There's an old fitness myth that says, no pain, no gain. After 50, that mindset causes more harm than good. Pain teaches your nervous system to guard, tighten, and avoid movement. Over time, this leads to stiffness and fear of motion. When exercises feel safe, controlled, and pain-free, the brain allows muscles to activate fully. That's why glute-focused movements feel easier, but work deeper. You don't need exhaustion. You need activation. How long until you feel results? This is one of the most common questions. Most people notice changes within 2 to 3 weeks if they are consistent. The first change is not visual. It's functional. Standing up feels easier. Walking feels smoother. Stairs feel less intimidating. Pain often reduces before strength noticeably increases. That's a very good sign. By week 4 to 6, many people notice improved posture, stronger hips, and better endurance during daily activities. Should you ever do squats again? This is important. Squats are not bad. They're just not necessary for everyone, especially after 50. If you have knee pain, a hip stiffness, lower back discomfort, a balance issues, then glute-focused alternatives are the smarter choice. Some people may reintroduce light squats later. Some may never need them again. Both are perfectly fine. Exercise is not about proving anything. It's about staying mobile, strong, and independent. A simple weekly structure. If you're wondering how to fit this into your life, here's a simple structure. Do the glute routine 3 days per week. On the other days, focus on walking, gentle stretching, or light mobility work. You don't need to train every day. Your body recovers slower after 50, and recovery is where strength builds. Listen to fatigue, not ego. Signs you're doing it right. You're doing these exercises correctly if you feel the work in your hips and buttocks. Your knees feel supported, not irritated. You can breathe normally throughout. You finish feeling energized, not destroyed. If you feel sharp pain, stop and reduce range or repetitions. Pain is feedback, not failure. Mental shift that changes everything. One last thing, this might be the most important part. After 50, fitness is no longer about chasing intensity. It's about building trust with your body again. When your body trusts movement, it allows strength to return. Glute exercises are powerful because they restore that trust. They are controlled. They are safe. They are effective. And they work with your body, not against it. Now let's talk about something most workout videos completely ignore. What happens after the exercise? Because after 50, what you do outside your workout matters just as much as the workout itself. You can do the best glute exercises in the world, but if you sit all day and never remind those muscles to stay active, progress slows down. That's why awareness is key. After doing these glute exercises, pay attention to how you move through your day. When you stand up from a chair, lightly squeeze your glutes. When you walk, feel your hips pushing you forward instead of dragging your legs. When you climb stairs, push through your heel and feel the hip do the work. This is how exercise transfers into real life. Why consistency beats intensity after 50. One of the biggest mistakes people make after 50 is trying to make up for lost time. They push too hard. They do too much. They train like they're still 30. And then they get hurt or burned out. Your body now responds best to small doses done regularly. 10 good glute bridges done 3 times a week are far more powerful than one extreme workout followed by pain and rest. Strength after 50 is built quietly. You won't always feel sore. You won't always feel exhausted. But week by week, movement becomes easier, and that's the real win. What if you've never exercised before? This is very important to say. If you've never exercised consistently, or if it's been years since you last worked out, you are not behind. Your body is incredibly adaptable, even after 50, 60, or 70. These glute exercises are ideal beginner's movements because they teach your body how to move again safely. Start with fewer repetitions. Even 5 representatives is enough at first. There is no minimum requirement to begin, only willingness. How glute strength affects your lower back. Many people think back pain starts in the spine. Often, it doesn't. When the glutes are weak, the lower back muscles work overtime to stabilize the body. Over time, they tighten, fatigue, and become painful. Strong glutes share that workload. That's why many people feel their lower back relax after a few weeks of glute training. Not because the back was exercised, but because it no longer has to compensate. This is another reason these exercises outperform squats after 50. Squats often overload the back when form slips. Glute-focused movements protect it. The role of confidence in movement. Here's something no one talks about enough. Fear changes how you move. If you're afraid of pain, falling, or injury, your body stiffens. That stiffness actually increases risk. Safe, controlled exercises rebuild confidence. When you trust your hips and legs, you move more freely. When you move freely, strength returns naturally. Confidence is not mental only, it's physical. And glute strength plays a huge role in that confidence. How to progress without risk. Progression after 50 doesn't mean heavier weights. It means better control. Here are safe ways to progress these exercises. Slow the movement down. Add a short pause at the top. Increase repetitions gradually. Add 1 extra set after a few weeks. You don't need to rush. Your joints will thank you for patience. Warning signs you should never ignore. Always listen to your body. Stop or reduce intensity if you feel a sharp pain, a joint swelling, a dizziness, a pain that worsens the next day. Mild muscle fatigue is normal. Joint pain is not. Smart exercise respects signals, it doesn't fight them. Long-term benefits you might not expect. Strong glutes don't just improve strength. They improve walking speed, endurance, posture, balance, independence. Many people notice they can walk longer distances without stopping. Others notice they no longer hold onto furniture when standing up. These are life-changing improvements. And they come from simple, consistent work. A final mindset shift. Here's the truth. After 50, fitness is not about looking impressive. It's about living without limitations. Being able to get up easily. Being able to walk confidently. Being able to move without fear. Squats are optional. Strong glutes are not. If squats have made you feel weak, broken, or discouraged, it's time to change the approach, not blame your body. These 4 glute exercises give you strength where it matters most, without punishing your joints. You don't need extreme workouts. You need the right movements. Stay consistent. Move with intention. And trust the process. Your body can still get stronger at any age.